Bears scouting department is deep in draft prep, grading hundreds of prospects across the country ahead of the NFL draft at the end of April. There's one woman who has an important role in the Bears scouting department, and Cassie Carlson is here with her story. Cassie.
Well, this is the biggest offseason in Bears history, and Bears player personnel coordinator Ashton Washington has a key role in making sure everything goes as planned during free agency and the draft. 2 years ago, there were just 12 female scouts across the NFL. Today, there are 33, and Washington is part of the group showing there's a place for women in football.
This is the pinnacle of football. It's the 1%. So whatever it takes to get here, all the hard work, all the sacrifices, I was willing to do that.
Like many successful women, Ashton Washington always knew what she wanted to do. At 26 years old, the Chicago Bears player personnel coordinator is the first full-time female scout in Bears history.
We're working on the free agency end, whether that's travel, making sure these players are situated once they get here, and just kind of working collectively as a team. And then at the same time, on the college side, it's 30 visit time and local visits and local pro day. So it's always having that two-dimensional lens to both sides.
Her love of football comes from growing up in Texas.
Just being around it 24/7, family, dad, brother, cousins. I've always been the only girl in the house, besides mom, of course. But yeah, that's why I can hang with the boys.
And that's how she knew all she needed was the opportunity to show the right person what she can do. Until a few years ago, there weren't even really many women working in the NFL in general. So how did you even know working in a scouting department was possible?
I've always looked up to men within football. Whether that's top college coaches, whether that's top NFL coaches, and so on. I've never had anyone to look up to as far as a woman in football or a woman within the NFL on that next level. So for me, I just kind of was headstrong with it. I knew where I wanted to do. I knew where I wanted to be.
Lori Locust, Jennifer King, Callie Brownson have all been highlighted as coaches in the NFL, and obviously that number of women is growing. Have you found that there's a sisterhood among the women who currently work in the league?
All three that you just named, that's why I smile. I love them. All three have all been open arms to me. They've welcomed me. They've reached out. I reach out to them. It's definitely that pipeline. It's a sisterhood. It really is. And it plays into part of that forward progress.
Washington is big on paving the way. She set up the Ashton Washington Women of Color Scholarship for girls in Mississippi, where she was born, who want to attend an HBCU in hopes that they, along with all girls, dream big.
If I got here, now it's your opportunity to pass me up. That is my ultimate dream for any little girl out there, is to just pass me. And so right now I'm going to keep working hard, keep on working hard. So expectations always high, but again, pass me.
Washington started working at 24/7 Sports covering high school football, then went to the XFL, had stops at the University of Illinois and Texas Tech. She said the ultimate goal was to make it to the league, so now she's trying to stay present. But March is Women's History Month, and we were talking after, and I mentioned Sarah Fuller, who in 2020 was a kicker for Vanderbilt, to fill in, and I said, if I was a little girl seeing Sarah Fuller in a college football game, I would want to be Sarah Fuller. And so I hope someone else sees Ashton Washington and says, I want to be a scout in the NFL and work in a front office.
How impressed were you with Ashton Washington?
Blown away. And I asked her age because she's only 26 years old. She's so young, and she has such a prominent role that it's just literally proof that anything can happen. Very smart and obviously very good at her job.
I'll tell you what, the job that she has and the rest of the scouting department under Ryan Poles and Ian